Is still the nation's worst offshore oil disaster.
Once a toy for the tech-savvy, the smartphone has now found its way into nearly half of all cell phone users' hands in the U.S., and it will only continue to grow. Unfortunately, so will the threats to your mobile phone. Tonight, we're keeping you safe with some of the not-so-obvious ways to protect your smartphone. 472 million sold worldwide just last year. Let's face it.
The cell phone is not just for a phone call anymore.
We've become a world heavily reliant to the convenience of our smartphones.
Now, it's a whole new world.
I mean, I do everything from this guy.
If you're anything like Mario Catalino or Chris Pagan, your smartphone is your wake-up device and probably the last thing you look at before you go to bed.
Texting, Facebook, email, to-do lists, bank account.
Pagan has his own tech blog and frequently writes articles on smartphone security.
I have an iPad, about 2 laptops, and about 5 computers, and I use this more than that.
Nearly half of the cell phones in the palm of American hands these days is either an Android-based smartphone or iPhone. And more of us are walking around wirelessly, banking, buying, and paying our bills. But how protected are we with all our wireless data floating around in the air?
It's like the Wild West.
Enter Walt Augustinowicz, a privacy protection expert. You may remember last year he exposed the risk of having your credit cards electronically stolen simply by getting near you.
Yep, there's yours.
Did you steal my stuff?
It's a MasterCard.
Did you steal my stuff?
Yes, I did.
Well, I want it unstolen.
The secret was this symbol on all new credit and debit cards called RFID, radio frequency identification. Now he has turned his attention to smartphone.
Anything you put on that phone, assume it's not private.
Besides putting a password on your smartphone, he says you should download antivirus protection.
You should immediately download one of those because it's at least going to be in the background checking for the most obvious flaws.
He says the most common enemy to smartphone users, apps embedded with a virus. More and more are getting past security screenings, giving hackers a peek inside your phone. Everything from your contact list to your call log. To prove his point, Augustinowicz showed us how he snuck this infected game app on the Android market.
Basically, this is a tic-tac-toe game that really has a Trojan horse that scans for credit cards.
But not just any credit cards. Walt shows us what the bad guys can do if your smartphone has the latest trend in technology in it, NFC, or near-field communication. Download the bad app and get near your RFID credit card.
But we got the entire credit card number, the name if one's on here, the expiration date, and all the other data that you might need, like a dynamic CVV.
Last, some experts say when given the choice, it's better to use your phone's 3 or 4G connection rather than free Wi-Fi if you're transmitting sensitive information. In the end, better safe than sorry.
If I were to lose this and lose my contacts, there'd be a lot of crying, a lot of drinking, and a lot of therapy.
I think we all could agree there. Well, there's a lot of debate as to where it's a safer place to download your apps. Apple's App Store or on the Android market. And although not perfect, at the end of the day, those two locations are the safest. Downloading an app from third-party sites are where security experts say you can really make your phone vulnerable. Now, for this story and more tips, you can go to our website at abcactionnews.com.